Fredric Spindelman. Ingen är så smal som han. Hoppar upp på väggen, klättrar upp på taket. Fredric Spindelman. Ingen är så snabb som han. Flyger runt bland husen, rättar katt på musen. Fredric Spindelman. Ingen är så bra som han. Hjälper alla barnen när de är i fara. Fredric Spindelman. Ingen är så cool som han. Vasaplatsens hjälte, Göteborg går säker. Fredric Spindelman. Ingen är så smart som han. Fredric Spindelman. Rädda världen så gott han kan.
A few years ago, I went to India for my brother's wedding. This was the first time in India for me, and I must say I was shocked. Sweden and India is each other's opposites. India is overwhelming, maximalistic, and everything seems to be happening at the same time and in the same place, like some kind of cultural singularity. Scandinavia, on the other hand, is minimalistic. It's quiet here, and things happen according to a strict timeline, with the first event happening first and the last one at the end. Silence and moderation is important. I went to India for the reason of the wedding, but also had the intention to write an article about contemporary art in Kolkata. I met a lot of different people that were part of Kolkata art scene. I went to galleries and such, but I did not find what I was looking for. Not that the Indian art was no good. No, it was the opposite. It was too good and too contemporary. It was art all over the place, in every street corner, in every person, in every store and every home I went to. It was so contemporary that I could not really handle it. At the market in Shantiniketan, a small university town 200 kilometers outside of Kolkata, I met one of these contemporary art pieces, or should I call them situations instead. A woman had embroidered different patterns of fabric. She had spent hours to decorate blouses, shawls, tablecloths and other pieces of textiles. At first I looked at her work as traditional and folkloristic, but they were not. They were images from pop culture of today. One of the Wests had the embroidering of something opposite to what I am used to as being traditional Indian images. This embroidered character were no less than Peter Parker, better known as Spiderman, an all-American superhero dressed in blue and red. He usually spends his days swinging from skyscrapers in New York, but today he apparently traveled all the way to Shantiniketan to be folklorized. In a world where people always meet and are being exposed to each other, is cutting and pasting different images with different backgrounds no complicated task. A made-up superhero becomes art and craft that becomes pop art, and through me travels to Sweden to take part in an art magazine, and by that action becomes a piece of my contemporary art. And now this relation travels again to Moscow. Art and the world are under constant recreation. Contemporary art's ability to incorporate its surrounding different angles, gestures, sounds and so on is an expression of the need to be able to interact and put contradicting things together today. It is about cultural speed, that every different action must, for its ability to survive, adopt the new, but also to reshape itself into something recognizable. This leads to the amazing possibility that at least two different cultures will be able to interpret what have been reinterpreted, revisualized. The audience will be double when two different cultures and their ideas meets and are being mixed. The Americanizing, in this case, have not only led to a stereotyped world, it have also led to its opposite, diversity, and a new way of possibilities to interpret each other. I mean, in this case, Spiderman works as a translator between people for us to be able to communicate with each other. Spiderman brings, maybe from our collective subconscious mind, words, images, and emotions that makes it possible for different people to understand each other, or at least to connect.